Whether you're my coworker, family member, friend, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you're likely seeing me walk around with one of these bad boys. Hey, what's good? It's your man, 100 Gram Villy, right? And welcome back to The Village. I'm here on YouTube documenting my journey of self-improvement and personal development and all of its trial and error 1 week at a time. And this week, I'll just be sharing a little update on how my alternate day fasting has been going. Okay, so if you're not aware, I've been embarking on this journey of alternate day fasting for about 4 months now, originating from just my desire of wanting to have a clearer headspace. I often find myself battling with little health inconveniences, if you will, constant congestion, little pains here and there, joints, things like that. And although there are a lot of things that could help, aid those type of issues, and without going too deep into the origin, because I do have a video when I started going on this journey, I'll go ahead and pin that up here, and I'm sure I'll probably have it in the description as well. But bottom line is, I personally feel for myself and my body that I'd like to give myself day breaks of digestion, with the idea that in turn my body can fight a little harder, like as far as like my immune system and brain fog and focus and memory, with also the plus side of me being able to actually physically feel better and lose some weight, because I've always been on the heavier side my entire life. Just a real stocky guy, I'm looking to tone up a little bit. And it starts with diet, right? So this journey of alternate day fasting is really multi-purposeful, and it's something that I've made a lifestyle change, meaning there is no end date. This is just how I choose to conduct my meal intake, if that makes sense. So in my original alternate day fasting video, I talked about the process that I would be going on to ultimately achieve eating 0 calories every other day. And that process consisted of beginning for 1 month eating only 1,000 calories on my fasting days. Then on that following month, dropping that down to 750 calories. And then the following month after that, going down to 500. And then ultimately ending at 0 calories on those fasting days. And I will say I did do very well going down with this calorie deficit on those days, I guess you could say. Just really breaking those calories. I was able to stick true to those 1,000 calories on that month, the 750 on that month after that, and then the 500. That's when things got a little weird. I found myself having maybe like a couple hundred or 2 calories on those some of those days. And then the month after that, I still found myself snacking and maybe having a meal on my fasting days. So I never ended up at completely 0 calories on my chosen fasting days, with the exception of maybe once or twice I was able to not have anything for the entirety of the day, but that's about it. Some potential barriers and or excuses, right? Because I don't really know how I really want to identify them as yet. All right, some may say they're warranted. Some of my reasoning for not sticking as true to this alternate day fasting journey as I would have liked. Some may say it's valid, but I can't deny that there's a voice constantly in the back of my head saying that whatever the reason is, it's an excuse, right? Despite whatever outside situation or just scenario might be happening, at the end of the day, a decision has to be made. Either I'm gonna eat or not eat, right? Either I'm gonna keep my promise to myself and not go over said calorie, or now in this point of the fasting journey, not having any calories at all on my fasting days, or am I gonna just choose to eat because I'm hungry, right? But the thing is, I know that 24 hours without food is not detrimental to my health, especially if I'm staying hydrated and drinking this water that I'd still walk around with and drink throughout the day on my fasting days. But that's really my hesitation on using the term barriers, really. I like to be as honest and transparent with not only you as the viewers, but with myself as well. So they all really just feel like excuses, right? So I've talked about on the channel how I went through some recent trauma. During that time was around the time where I was supposed to be having only like 500 calories, or was going down to that 0 calories on my fasting days. But going through something like trauma, I found myself stress eating sometimes, comfort eating, or just just outright not really caring, and going ahead and eating because I had those days I would be hungry, and just already had enough going on mentally that I didn't feel mentally prepared to just ignore the hunger pains and things like that. Maybe it's a sense of control, like the only thing I could control in that time, and I was able to just go ahead and put that band-aid on for something as simple as like hunger. But I think that possibly could be a potential barrier for why I haven't really been able to stay keep my word to myself in that way. Another barrier I think that I created for myself is not being as supportive for myself as I should have been, right? On my fasting days, even if I am really hungry and I'm having difficulty avoiding temptation or things like that, I should have been or should be meditating a little more. There are days where it's my fasting days and I don't meditate at all, or I'm not journaling, and I'm not really being able to process how I'm feeling, or what I'm experiencing, or have those reminders for myself on why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's something that I think I'm gonna go ahead and work on for these days to come, making sure I'm meditating on these days and supporting myself and using my tools that I know I have to keep a tunnel vision and focus on the goal. And lastly, things as little as avoiding cues and triggers at like my day job, right? I work with residential youth on a campus, and there are times when I'm working and it's meal times and I have to be with the kids in the eating areas pretty much every time, and staff are welcome to have meals with the kids, and being in that environment, I've noticed I've had some challenges with discipline and not eating certain meals, because sometimes they be smack. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it's just be doing their thing, and I can say all I want. I'm not gonna eat a meal. But come dinner time, and I do good all day, but come dinner time, and I'm at work, and it's approaching 24 hours since my last meal. It's hard for me to sit down at a table, and one of the residents decides to sit directly across from me with a piping hot meal that smells delicious. I be folding. I'm not gonna lie. I fold. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. It's transparency here in the village. I'm gonna keep it transparent. Okay. Where am I at mentally? Okay. I'm definitely still motivated. I have every intention on continuing this journey and figuring out, just kind of fine tuning and tweaking however way I have to be able to really settle in on this alternate day fasting, on one, off one, calories, no calories. I have found myself at points considering alterations, right? Maybe just having one meal towards the end of my day that's, still very healthy, whole 30s, maybe as close to the paleo as possible, towards the end of my days. But I haven't really settled on that. That's not something I decided. It's just something that I found myself considering. I've also come across something called the naturalistic diet. I don't know much about it yet, but what I do know is that it sounds similar to the paleo, but a little more up my alley of what exactly it is I'm trying to do for myself and my body. So if you know anything about the naturalistic diet, please comment whatever it is you may know and share with me, because it definitely sounds like something I might be interested in. And speaking of interest, if you're at all interested on how this journey of mine is gonna go, and you want to be in a loop of how successful I actually am with my alternate day fasting, consider subscribing. I upload every Wednesdays various topics pertaining specifically to my personal development and self-improvement, because ultimately I'm simply aiming for a suitable lifestyle change that'll achieve my desired outcomes. If you made it to this point of the video, I truly thank you and appreciate you. And as always, I want you to remember, we are ever learning, growth-oriented, and evolutionary thinkers here in the village. If you enjoyed this video, you might want to check out this video right over here. Don't forget to like and subscribe right over here. And until next time, Vil.